Yeah. So now let's say accounts are there. Now in this records, in this accounts record, so whoever is the owner, only that owner needs to see that particular record. If suppose here in the owner, suppose in the Burlington account owner is there, right? So let me edit it. See, created by, edited by, everything is there. 1 minute. Hmm. Hmm. So if the owner is another person, then I should not be able to see. And if I am the owner, the other person should not be able to see. That concept is called as private. We have seen that. Public read only, even though owner is someone else, then also I should be able to see the record but not edit it. So that is public read only. Then we have seen public read write, means everyone can see and edit any other person's record also. So this is about accessing the real data, the records. So it is primarily set by, okay, it is primarily set by org wide defaults. Org wide defaults. So where did we set this? We went to the setup. In the setup, we went to the sharing settings. In the sharing settings, we have set this account and contract to private. So if you want any other records also to make private by default, then we have to set that particular one here. Suppose let's say contact, not contact, let's say student. So if you want to make it private, we can make it. So like this. Okay. So these are org wide defaults. Org wide defaults. Now, now what happened? There are two-person. There are two persons. One is a manager. The other is a representative, sales representative. Now these two are two different users. Based upon this org wide defaults, what we have set? We have set it to private. We have set it to private. What does that mean, private? One second. Private in the sense this person can't see this person's records and this person can't see this person's records in that particular object, let's say accounts. So, but in the hierarchy, let's say we are talking about roles now. Okay, in the hierarchy, the I mean, one second. Manager is above the level of sales representative. That means sales representative's data records, this manager should be able to see whatever the accounts that are created by this representative. This manager should see whatever the records created by another sales representative, that cannot be seen by this sales representative. But this both sales representatives accounts, I mean records, this manager should be able to see. So, in the role hierarchy, whoever are like whoever the candidate above your role, they should be able to see yours records. So, in that scenario, what we'll do is we'll assign first roles. So, I have explained this to you. Where we'll assign roles here. First, we'll set up roles. So let's say there is a company, then there is CEO, then let's add a role called faculty. Okay. Mm, one second. Mm, let it load. Okay. Setup roles. So in the CEO, there are many, but I created faculty, or I can create manager as well. So we are talking about manager role now. Let's create under the CEO. Let's create a role called sales manager. Hmm. Now we got a sales manager role. Now let's say again, let's say setup roles under the sales manager. Let's create a role called as sales rep. So now, if you understand the hierarchy, we have the company role as a prime role. Then we have the CEO. Under CEO, there are many. In that many, we were the next branch we have as a sales manager. So sales manager. Then in that we have the sales representative. Okay. So sales manager, sales representative means sales manager is under the sales representative is under the sales manager. Sales manager is under the CEO. If argwide defaults, remember this carefully. If argwide defaults are set to private, then by default, what should happen? This sales manager also cannot see the records of the sales representative, and sales representative cannot see the records of sales manager. But what we are doing, let this page like this only. Here we have, let's go to sharing settings again. Yeah, grant access using hierarchies. That means even though you set the records as private, that no one should see other person's records, if they are in the hierarchy, in the role hierarchy, like manager, CEO, representative, like that, then we should the I mean the superior people or superior people with the superior role should be able to see the records of their juniors or subordinate roles. Okay, so that I have that we have to enable here. Okay, we can disable it here. That means even though you are above the role, even though you are above the role of a particular candidate, then also you cannot see their record if we uncheck this one. So we have to check this for sure. Then set up the roles, check this, and give a role to your users. Go to users. Now, profiles are set. Now, let me edit the roles of Surabhi. Hmm, let's say Surabhi role is faculty. Then, let's say Indrani's role as, oh, okay, let's create this one, sales representative and sales manager. So, what I have done, I have granted the access now to Surabhi and in the commercial I have assigned the role. So based upon this role, what will happen? Surabhi can see Indrani's records Okay, Indrani can't see Surabhi's record because in the role hierarchy, Surabhi is above the role of Indrani. Is this clear? So this is about roles and role hierarchy. So in the trial head, we have a module as I have shown you that day, data security. I'm not sure whether you have done this or not fully. So complete this one till here. Role hierarchy. Okay, role hierarchy. From here to here. Then we have a last topic in this called as sharing roles. Let me complete that as well. So that from next classes we can start agent force. So users section we have seen user management roles, groups we'll see soon. Okay, permission set groups also we'll see soon. I mean, whenever there is necessary going further, I'll show you that one. So apart from that, let's go to sharing settings. I'll explain you the scenario. Okay, I'll explain you the scenario. Uh, Now, based upon the hierarchy, you are giving the access based upon the hierarchy. Okay, so that this person's record, this person can see. Now there is another representative only, sales representative only. Means these three people are in the same hierarchy. Na? If the three people are in the same hierarchy, then each other's records are not visible to other person. I mean, they are set to private now. So when they are set to private in the org by defaults, this person can't see this person's record, this person can't see this person's record. But I have a requirement. If a student, uh, suppose it's a account is created, not student. If I say account is created on the, I mean, record is created on the account object, then in that account, if annual revenue is set to 1 million above, then all these people should see that particular record. Okay. So based upon the field value, particular field value, not based upon the role hierarchy, not based upon any other thing. If if any field is meeting any particular criteria, then based upon that criteria, I want to assign those students. I want to make the records, those records visible to particular set of people, whether complete this sales representative or only few of the sales representative. So that I will decide later. So what I have to do? I have an option called a sharing rule. If you want to share the records, okay, I mean, if you want to make the records visible to other people, then you have to set a some criteria. Where we'll set the criteria for every account. I mean, for every object, there will be a particular sharing rule area. So in the sharing settings, under the sharing rules, we have these all. So we are talking about account, right? So let me go to account. In that account, let's say premium customers. So accounts who are having 10 million above as revenue, so we are treating them as annual, I mean premium customers. So Why? How you are sharing? We can share based upon the owner, but I am going for the based upon the criteria. What criteria? If annual revenue. Where is this revenue? Did I miss that? Okay. Account number. Account number. Yeah. What I'll take is I'll take another field. If employees is greater than 500. Okay, greater than 500. Then I'm setting only one condition now. Okay, I can add multiple conditions with and operator. Okay, I'm adding only one condition. Then include records owned by users who can't have assigned role. No problem. Then I want to share those records with the people who are having a role as sales representative. Sales manager, anyway, he can access. But I want all the sales representatives to access this particular set of records on the account object. Whoever may create, let Surabhi create or some other sales representative create, whoever may be the owner. But if that met this particular condition, 500, then I want to have access to everyone. So what access? Default account and only read only or some other? I'll give read write access. If a particular record met this particular criteria. Okay, so calculation will happen. So this is about roles. I hope this is clear to you. Any questions till now? So Soumya, I think you are familiar with this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So even though people are having same role, so sometimes each one cannot access the other records, and there will be certain conditions. If the record is created in the APAC area, or let's say in the North America, in particular country, or particular because my criteria set like this, we have set right employees greater than 500. Then we will make sure that records are accessible by some particular group of people. Actually, we'll set group of people, public group people. So public groups will create and will assign that group in real time, or you will assign based upon the roles. So this is a real time scenario. So sharing rules based upon the criteria, we can set the sharing rules, or also we can set it. I think I'm not sharing the screen, right? Yeah, I'm sharing. There is something called as in the sharing rules only. There is something called as, let me go to another object. Student sharing rules, new. So, uh, owner based, let's say owner based, just for example. Now, I want to set it based upon the owner. Select which records to be shared. Owned by members of, let's say, sales managers records also. I want to share with sales rep. Okay, sales representatives. This also I can do it. Means if the owners are having this role, then that owners all records can be shared with these people. So like this also we can do. Basically, it is not possible because we have set argo by defaults as private, and in the role hierarchy, managers are above the representatives. But what I can do, I can set a sharing rule like this, or I have to create a like any public group. Okay, in the public group, whoever are there, those persons' records can be seen by these representatives. That I can set. So it is based upon the record owner. This was based upon the criteria. If any record met this particular criteria, then the other people can access. But here, based upon the owner, if a particular record is owned by this particular group of people, then those all records should be visible for this particular role or group or like that. And what level of access, again, you can decide it here. So this is about based upon the record owner. Based upon the criteria we will do sometime, and based upon the record owner also we will do sometimes. So this is about sharing rule. So I think today Survi also don't have her laptop, so to make it like a practical exam, to show the practical example, it's not possible for me now. So tomorrow we'll do that. And today, is this clear for everyone, whatever the topics we have discussed till now? Yeah. Surabhi, I think it's clear for you. So you have to practice. Once you have practice, so let me know. Oh,
Okay.
hmm. Now this is done. So I'll talk about like introduction to tomorrow's class. So so before going to tomorrow's class, I want you to understand flows. See, not fully, just what is flow. Have you created flows, Soumya, in real time?
No.
No? Okay. So this is completely new topic for you as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, flows are like, we'll talk about a basic flow. Suppose a user comes, okay, and create a record on the account object. User comes and creates a record on the account object. Then then I should send a mail to the CEO or any representatives or any managers. I want to send an email. Are you getting my point? So I want to send a email to a particular user, or even though for this user also, if he enters some email details, yeah, thank you for if suppose if you join Heady Code, you got a mail, right? Thank you mail or sign up mail. Like that email I want to send to users or any other set of users in my organization. So this is like a trigger. In the Apex also we can do it. By coding also we can set these things. If someone logs in and creates a record, then there should be a trigger, a Apex trigger. That Apex trigger, what it will do is it will send an email to the users. But if you are not into coding, still you want to achieve this, then we have a platform or a feature called as flow. Okay, we have a feature called as flows. We call it as flows, and this we have different types of flows. Okay, scheduled trigger flows, record trigger flows, screen flows. So we have many flows here, like 7 to 8 types of flows that we generally use on a daily basis. So in that, this criteria, I mean this category is record triggered flow. Okay, record triggered flow. This record triggered flow, what it will do is, whenever, whenever on a particular object any record is created, edited, or deleted, it will trigger. Okay, it will trigger, this flow will trigger. In that flow, we can write anything, send a email, create a task, or let's say will or update any other particular other record. Okay, if account is updated, I want to update all their contacts. So that also I can achieve through this flows. Okay, so this is like introduction to the flow. So what is flow? A flow is like to automate something, automation without writing a single line of code. If some action is happening in the UI by the users, then I want to trigger something in the backend, whether it's an email, whether it's any other services, whether I want to create, update, delete any other record, or if I want to call any coding in the backend or any other third party system. This all I can achieve by using these flows. We have, as I said, we have different types of flows. We that in the from that we are going to discuss only few flows. First, that from that we will start with the record trigger flows. Okay, record trigger flows. Let this load. I'll show you how many types of flows are there. If I select new flow, see, these are all we have categories. Four categories: triggered automation, scheduled, screen, auto launch. And if you see types, screen flow, record trigger, schedule trigger, auto launch with no trigger, auto launch, automation event trigger flow, platform event trigger. So we have n number. We have n number. Okay. Now from this, what will start is record trigger flow. So in the next class, that is which we're going to have on Monday, we will be having this record trigger flow. So what I'll do, I'll set up. So this is like a flow builder. We say in this flow builder, we can create like a flow here. Okay, that flow will help us. Okay, to understand this flow. I mean, flow chart will help us to understand what's happening. Okay, we have also some. I mean. Criteria to do criteria to set here, criteria or configuration, let's say, so that we have to set it here. So we'll discuss all this with the correct examples. Then in the same class we will also discuss agent force. Okay, we'll, so 30 minutes we'll discuss this flow and 30 minutes we'll discuss agent force. So make sure you attend the next class, which is on Monday. And Soumya, tomorrow at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and same on Sunday as well, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We'll be having the classes on LWC. Okay, we'll start
Okay.
with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We'll understand the skeleton. Okay, then we'll start with the developing of components. So make sure you have your PC setup ready. So the setup in the sense, you should have the Visual Studio Code, you should have the Salesforce CLI, and you should have the latest Java version. Maybe it will work for a Java JDK to I mean 21 as well. So this all need to be set by you, and the other things are like Node.js. Node.js also. So we have you should have it. And once that is done in the Visual Studio Code, we have to install the extensions. So if you are okay, you set it. If you're not okay, it's not an issue. I'll help you set it on Monday. You share your screen. Sorry, not Monday. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. You share your screen. I'll set the up. Okay.
Okay.
So have you ever tried to write any single line of code, maybe in the Apex or in the LWC?
No, I have.
No, right? Okay, no problem. So we'll start with setting up our environment tomorrow, and we'll understand the internals of this coding. Okay, we'll start with very basics. No, don't worry. Okay, then. If you don't have any questions, I'll wind up this class. Any questions in the data security you want to ask, Somya?
No. It's,
Have you practiced?
yes.
Okay. Okay. So are you using our AD code platform?
No, actually, how to use this?
Okay. Okay. I'll create a mock test on the data security and send it to you. You complete
Okay.
it in your free time. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.